All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Libraries and Weight Rooms podcast. My name is DJ Ligori, and this is the podcast where we talk about mental and physical fitness and how we can do hard things better, because there are a lot of hard things and challenges in our lives. So I would like to welcome you back to today's episode. Each week, I'm kind of testing out new get-ups and new environments of actually filming these episodes. So today you can notice got myself a nice little LED lighting back there. Still trying to figure out what I should even put on that screen. And what I wanted to do today, and something that I want to start to do in the beginning of each episode, is I want to read a quick mental fitness tip or mental fitness story. These are all messages that I actually write, and I send these out to our community, and people seem to really enjoy them. I get a lot of responses back from them of basically what people thought of the actual message. And so today's podcast that I'm going to talk about, this message really aligns with what we're going to talk about today. And this one is titled "The Most Important Question." I was on a phone with a buddy of mine a couple weeks ago. We were talking about a trip he had recently taken and his airport experience. The airport experience was not so pleasant, as many of us can probably relate. Then he said something that really caused me to stop. He said, I'm not like you where nothing bothers me." He said it in a playful manner. Then I thought deeper about it. He thinks nothing bothers me? Geez, I get bothered all the time. I do get bothered. I get stressed, anxious, afraid, and uncertain. All those things, as I'm thinking, you do as well. Yet when I do experience those feelings, I ask myself one question. Now what? I'm bothered. Now what? I'm afraid. Now what? That person left me a nasty comment on that post. Now what? They didn't text me back. Now what? Balancing work and personal life is getting hard. Now what? It's not that we don't get bothered. It's rather, how long do we want to stay there? And sometimes maybe we want to stay there for a little. I've chosen to stay bothered before. Yet most of the time I don't like it. So that question helps me redirect my focus. It's a slap in the face to remind me that I have a decision to make. It's on me. Now what? That was titled "The Most Important Question." And as I mentioned, I send those out to our community Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so if you're interested in receiving those messages, they're completely free. You can go to librariesandweightrooms.com, put in your info, and you will be automatically enrolled into those messages moving forward. So I had a couple waves hit me this week, unexpected challenges that just kind of popped up out of nowhere, and I had to somehow deal with them, as the majority of us have to deal with unexpected challenges in our life. And one of the things that I realized was I love to help people get through hard things in their life. And sometimes I think I forget that I have hard things in my life, and I have my own challenges and my own things that I am working myself through. And this week, and really this month, as I've started to try to take more shots, do more things that are a little uncomfortable, out of the comfort zone, in order to grow not only myself personally, yet also our business, I've realized that this is the work. Every day, every week, month, year, lifetime really, the challenges that hit us that are unexpected, that is ultimately the work of figuring out how to get through hard things. And I realize there are two things that I do every time something unexpected hits me. Because we are probably better at handling challenge that we expect, right? We can prepare ourselves or be more proactive about that challenge. What's really hard is the challenge that we don't expect. It's the unexpected waves of life. It's that analogy that we've used a bunch. So there's two things that I do when an unexpected challenge hits me. The first thing, and I've talked about this before in a podcast, probably about 3 or 4 podcasts ago, is I tell myself to be here. And you can see I actually have this on my shirt. It says "be here." And what this does is this just consistently reinforces the fact that I'm literally in this present moment. I don't know what's going to happen in an hour from now, and what happened an hour ago is no longer under my control. And so all I can really do is just be here, handle this wave in the best way that I possibly know possible. And a lot of the times we then make a decision, and then a year from now, maybe even a month or a week from now, we're like, damn, I wish I made a different decision in that moment. Well, you didn't. We made the decision that we could in that moment with any of the awareness that we had. If we would have been aware of a different decision that we think would have led to a better outcome, we probably would have made that decision. So that's where we can start to give ourselves some self-forgiving practices when it comes to the regrets that we might say that we have. All right. First thing I tell myself, be here, right? What can I do right now that isn't an hour from now? It wasn't an hour ago. It's merely, I'm in this moment. Let's see what I can do moving forward. The second thing I tell myself is aligns with that message that I just wrote or that I just read to you guys. I ask myself, now what? When shit happens, when things go wrong, results that you do not want, unexpected challenges, now what? What this does, and I said this in the message, this is this ridiculously hyper-rational, logical approach to, okay, this thing happened. Now what do I do? And that really brings me back to this be here moment of, okay, there's an action I can take here. What is that? What is that action? Sometimes I don't know exactly what that action is. Yet sometimes I just sit there. That's why I tell myself to be here. And I think through what could be a possible action to get me closer towards what I want. This is how I personally handle unexpected challenges. All right. And what I realized was life is really just a lot of unexpected challenges in one giant predictable challenge. I can almost guarantee that there's going to be some sort of challenge with your finances, with your relationships, with your work, with your personal life, with your health. That is the experience of life. There's going to be challenges there. I am going to predict that there's challenges there. They're going to be unpredictable when they happen to us, yet we know that there's going to be challenges. And so I think as we kind of get better with managing hard things in our life, we can come up with our own strategies to actually get through these unpredictable challenges because we know they are going to be there. I personally use the be here method and the question of now what. Those two things have really helped me handle the waves in my life over the past month and specifically over this past week as I begin to navigate into this new journey of my life of entrepreneurship. All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning into today's episode, number 130. As always, if you appreciated this message, you can rate the podcast on Spotify or you can leave a review on iTunes. And you can also watch this on YouTube if you want to see my face and how theatrical I am. If you're interested in receiving the mental fitness tips and the experiences and the stories that I write for our community, you can go to librariesandweightrooms.com, sign up for free, and start your day with a little bit of mental fitness. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's episode. I'll talk to you guys next week. And until then, be good. We'll see you.